Hello guys, this is Rob. This is gonna be my first attempt at making a commentary video. I start off by saying that I apologize for the windy audio record, but I hope you can cope with that since you're kinda used to it, I guess. I hope that's not game breaking for you. This is a fight I had uh, in a cyclone, a brawling cyclone. I'll talk about my hit very briefly. It's kind of a strange one. The strangest thing are obviously the mids. As you can see, I have two ASBs, but of different sizes. One is an X large and one is a large. This is for fitting reasons, but I chose to put a large anyways instead of another tanky mod or whatever or a web, because obviously with just one X large you have very limited amount of time you can actually wrap up nabbage during, and the large my plan is to use after my X larges run out of charges to help me hope to live through a reload. The other reason is to actually do the reverse tactic, which is to use the large first if I know I'm not facing too much DPS or I'm taking a bait or whatever. So my plan is you can do pretty nice stuff with that. And obviously the fights I'm gonna try to get in this ship are very small with not not really high incoming DPS, because even with the X large I cannot tank that much, and also my DPS is not really high. I have 5 assault missile launcher stews, and my total DPS is around 550-ish. So this is kind of a ship you have to be really careful with where you take it. I mean, you cannot really take it. I wouldn't feel like taking it into deep knob soft 0-0 because of just the amount of people they have and they can bring to a fight. I mean, they can overwhelm me pretty easily. I had quite a bit of success with a cyclone, and I always brought in NPC 0-0, where you have smaller groups living there, and with very few people active and willing to give you a fight, and probably underestimating you, I guess. The other strange the other strange thing are the highs. Well, not obviously the missile launchers, but the small autocannon, which is there for obviously fear reasons for once, because the fit is very tight. But it can provide 50-ish DPS also, and it's also good against drones, along with my small light drones. Also, the NOS, it's a small NOS. I think with some implants you can cram in a medium one, but it's also very important because you need your immune and your scram to be running pretty much the whole night for the entire duration of your fight, because I mean you can either have your tank cut in half, or you cannot be able to would not be able to hold stuff there. Rigs are, I mean, you can go look at my voicemail, but rigs are a CPU rig and an EM and a thermal resist rigs. And those, you can see them: damage control, GoPro, and 3 BCUs. It's pretty straightforward there. I always carry a blue pill, or kind of always, because it helps you a bit. So as far as the fight goes, it's NPC Valve, which is NPC 0-0, as I said. I scanned down, just basically got in the system 2 minutes earlier, and I noticed these two thoraxes on the gate I'm warping to at the moment, and they are on scan. And I don't know if they have bodies in system. I didn't even check. I wanted a quick fight, and that's what I got. So I'll start the clip now. My first thing is, my plan is to look dumb. I'm pretty confident that they're gonna be willing to engage my cyclone, because it's a really crappy looking ship. But to ensure that, I'm gonna act like a dumb bus and simulate I'm autopiloting, so I'll warp to the gate at 20 and slow boat towards it, and hoping they will shoot me. Because if I aggress them right away, I might scare them off and not get a fight, or they will come back in nastier ships which I don't really want to. So I'm gonna start the clip. Okay, here you see me. Well, one torque is out of this gun because it's far off. One is really close. I go ahead and approach. Do a quick show info to see how old is he. Not that it really matters, but they are evaluating at this point. I have my invuln overheated. It's very important to do so. You can overheat it for a very long time, and it gives you much more resist, and so you can use your SP less. So, which is very important. I pop my pill, deploy drones, and go ahead and shoot him. At this point, I mean, it should be to me pretty clear what their plan is, and their plan is to have like this thorax taking aggro from wherever, and it being well tanked as it is, as you can see, and the other one being shield tanked. It's a thing I realize like almost like when the first thorax is at half armor. It's not going down as easily as I hoped so. But I chose not to switch targets. Like at this point, I realized what they're trying to do, but I thought I had to switch ammo, and I mean, he's already at half armor, so it's not worth it. So I stick with my target. I use my heat, my SP overheated, because I can pulse it, as you can see. So overheating doesn't actually shorten the time I can use it. So they're both aggressive here. I'm wrong about. The first Torx is about to go down. I kind of failed to manage my tank at this point, but it's also good. I mean, unintentional bait tanking. They deploy ECM drones, so I'm kind of panicking at this moment. I'm gonna try to kill them because, yeah, they can screw up my engagement. I here mismanage my mods once again. But now it's a very important moment. A Vexor, maybe you should just land it on grid at 0 on decay. So I'm shooting ECM drones on Thorax, and I'm waiting to see what the deal with this Vexor is. And he turns out to be his companion, or, well, he aggresses me anyways. So I now am right up now I'm out of XLR SP charges, which is bad news. I mean, in my mind, the Vexor does 900 DPS at least. So it's, and I cannot tank that with my large SP. Also, I'm capping out, so my immune will turn off briefly, like in a moment, because he also sneaks and hit me once. He's not doing anymore. Right about now, the second Thorax goes down. I'm just swept by the Vexor, so I'm trying to warp because I think I'm gonna lose to him now. But he does tackle me. I also noticed about now, yeah, my SP was not auto reloading for some reason, so I wasted like 15 seconds for like a reload. But he has now, as me now, fully tackled and muted, which is really bad news for me. But I have no other way of dealing with this situation than to shoot him. I put my drones also on a hammerhead because I thought he was a drones of his. He turned out to be one of the Torx's drones, so I wasted time there, so pretty bad. You see, though, my damage I'm taking is not high at all. I'm able to tank it pretty well. Just my large SP and with my invuln up. I don't know what the Vexor fit is like because, well, I'm not gonna kill it. But I'm now killing his actual drones, and I'm capping out like crazy. And this, on reload on my missile launchers, but it's going down very quickly, which we will do in a sec. I'm clearing drones now. I'm not checking this count, which I should have. But now my extra large SP is reloaded, and my large is not, obviously. But I'm kind of in good shape now, but what happens is a Myrmidon lands. I mean, I could have stayed probably to kill the Vexor, but I chose to line out because the Myrmidon is 17 off, and I'm just swept by the Vexor, who likely capped himself out by trying to hit me. Because I'm not really engaged at prolific Mir, and it is, by the way, is one of the Thoraxes, but I'm able to line out and work when the Mir is 11k from me, so that's pretty much it. I ended up dying to these guys because I felt ballsy and reloaded everything and came back, but they killed me with North Sea Hurricane and that same mirror, which was probably fifth. But oh well.